Changes to the travel list have caused huge frustration this summer, but how exactly are the decisions made? Well, it's assessed by a body called the Joint Biosecurity Centre, or the JBC. It looks at over 250 countries and territories. Everywhere is assumed to be amber, unless there's evidence to suggest otherwise. The first stage is this variant assessment. It includes keeping tabs on the transmissibility of strains and whether they're vaccine resistant. Secondly, each country is triaged, assessed on set criteria. And while that does include a look at case numbers, they're also looking at things like testing rates and whether a country has the capacity to identify variants using genomic sequencing. And finally, those countries which emerge as contenders for switching are given a more comprehensive risk assessment. Then ministers make the final decision. So there's a lot more going on than just a look at straight case numbers. And this is partly why. This shows the proportion of positive cases to tests taken. It shows the situation in Mexico and Pakistan. They were both on the red list. And in both of those countries, the pure case numbers are actually lower than they are here. But that's because they're testing proportionally fewer people. India and the UAE, it's worth noting, those two lines below the UK, they were downgraded to amber. And those proportions will certainly have helped. Now, keeping new variants out is absolutely key. This shows how in the UK and in Germany, the Delta variant, the light blue bit, is totally dominant, while in France and Spain, the Beta variant, that's the one which may have some vaccine resistance, has solid footholds. Partly explains why Germany has been upgraded and France and Spain haven't been. In fact, when it comes to variants, what we don't know is every bit as important as what we do know. The UK has some of the best genomic sequencing in the world. As you can see, we're testing for variants far more frequently than our European neighbours. And finally, I want to leave you with this. This shows just how much we don't know. There's been some contention over why India is now amber while Pakistan remains red. Well, Pakistan only tested genomes in 19 cases in the most recent 2 weeks we have data for. 19 cases in the whole country. If a new variant was taking hold, authorities would know little about it. It shows how these decisions are ultimately a complex balance of risks.